Hello, everyone. My name's Grant, and I am from Charlotte, and I play golf here at Sand Hills. And I thought that a good fable I could relate to one of my stories is being on the team here a couple years back. So I'd like to get started by asking everyone if you've ever felt like there was a moment, whether it's sports or just your daily life, if you feel like you failed to capitalize on a moment, whether it's due to getting ahead of yourself and thinking about the results, or you feel like, maybe you woke up late that day and the day just started going downhill from there and maybe that affected it. So that's gonna lead me into my fable, which is called The Milkmaid and Her Pail. So this fable is about a young girl. Her mom gives her a milk pail full of milk to walk to the market with. It doesn't have a lid on it or anything, and she's carrying it on her head. So she's walking to the market, and on the way, her mom starts wondering. She starts thinking about, she's a young girl. She's probably doing this to make a few dollars, and she's thinking about what she's going to do with it, what she's going to buy at the mall that weekend. And as she's thinking about that and not focusing on walking, and she ends up tripping and her head falls back and all the milk falls out of the pail. So now she's stuck and she's not even at the market yet. So she's deciding on whether to go back home or go to the market or make up a lie to tell her mom that what happened to the milk. But basically she wasn't going to have any money for the weekend. So she goes back home and tells her mom that everything's all right, but she doesn't get her allowance for that week that she would have gotten for selling it. And the moral of that story, the quote actually at the end of the story says, "Don't count your chickens before the eggs are hatched." And the moral of that story is don't get ahead of yourself and stay fully present. And basically fully present is staying in the moment. And I think that I had a class with you last year, interpersonal communications or intrapersonal communications, and we talked about psychological noise, and I feel like that has a lot to do with this too. So when your mind starts wandering around, and you don't stay in the present and focusing on what's ahead of you, you get very result oriented and you start making mistakes. So how I'm going to relate this to my life is 2 years ago. So we went to New York for a national tournament, and it was up in the western and very northern part of New York. And we had a 4-day golf tournament for our national championship. And so first 2 days we played pretty good. We were right there. I think we were maybe tied for the lead or behind by one or something. The third day we played really well. Everybody played good. We had 5 players take the top 4 scores of the day. We ended up leaving the third day with an 11-shot lead, and everyone was happy. We celebrated and hung out by the lake a little bit, and this is on one of the Great Lakes out there where we were at. We were just out walking around, throwing football, throwing frisbee, hanging out, and then excited that we had all played good. So we got there the next day fourth day with an 11-shot lead, and we all were excited and but still a little nervous. I've been playing golf for 12, 13 years. I still get nervous playing in front of people. It's natural. I think it's healthy, but like you got to get comfortable being nervous. And I played okay. Everybody tried on every shot, and that's important. But we get to the end, and we knew it was going to be close. We knew we were right there because we had a couple of the team that was in second place. A couple of their guys played really good that day, which is awesome. And so I'm doing the math on the scoreboard when we get done, and I'm like, oh, I hope I'm not right, but if it was 4-day tournament, so it was up to like 1,000 shots, and it ended up coming down to one shot. And if I had done the math right, I was like, oh, we lost by one, I think. So once they start tallying everything up, and no, sure enough. So I don't think we got ahead of ourselves, but I know that when I tend to be in the lead or tend to feel comfortable with where I'm at, I stop pushing forward and I start playing conservatively. And I start trying to protect it opposed to expanding it. And I think that that's what this fable is about. It's about staying present and, you know, continuing to push forward, whether you're ahead of your goals or behind them. And that's something I'm working on, is staying aggressive and moving forward opposed to, you know, trying to protect it and be conservative if I'm in the lead or something like that. So I think it was a great learning experience. And the quote, don't count your chickens until the eggs are hatched. It's important. It's, you know, stay focused on your goals. The rewards will come as long as you focus on the process. But we got a great team this year, and I'm excited for what we can do at nationals this year. We got 11 strong guys, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. And that's it for that fable. And if y'all have any questions, I'd welcome them now. Any questions? All right. Thank you.